Philadelphia, are you ready?
They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling, the Essential Series. And today, our subject...
This works on so many different levels. The Essential Series. Like, we made it because of the essential music, but from all the essential workers, it's like a big anomaly, our show.
I mean, if you look at it like that, yeah.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
No, good. Stop it there. No? Okay.
Give me a little bit.
Okay.
I might hit it mid-conversation. Just to surprise you and throw you off.
The Hardy Boyz are our subject today. And
well, I forget how he does it. Like, I'm not good at Jeff. I could be Matt.
Well, yeah, because you go right to broken Matt. Exactly.
Well, he didn't really do that much either. I mean, he did the weird leg thing where he fell over the ropes. Remember when he hopped up a second rope, put his leg up, and then he tumbled?
Yeah.
He did that. He was more hobbled. Jeff did the bigger moves, but Matt was more hobbled. Is that freaking top rope or top ladder leg drop?
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Broke his hip.
Yep.
And now he can't walk straight. Or barely at all.
Yeah. Or run at all. No, he can't run.
Who runs weirder?
More weird.
More weird. Whatever. What is this, fucking English class? I can't wait to fucking get you. It's only going to take you a little bit. But anyway.
Keep going.
Who runs more weird? The hobbled Matt Hardy or Joey Janela? Joey Janela runs real weird.
This is such
he takes like his feet are like too close together when he runs. And he runs like this. Like everything's too close together. No, he's not loose. He's too tight.
I still think Matt Hardy.
All right.
I still think Matt Hardy.
Fair enough.
What a weird fucking question and a weird way to start the show. But
this one is so predictable, I think, that we need weirdness.
Okay. Well,
and it's the perfect fitting because the Hardy Boyz, after their TNA run or during their TNA run, were the epitome of weirdness. Weirdness that was still over, but weirdness nonetheless.
Though when we do these shows, I don't have a lot of time to just sit and watch and research. Either one of us do. But
we pretty much play it off memory.
Yeah, today I actually had the time, so I sit and watched the 24 that they did Woken on the network just to
refresh.
Get back in. And watching that period, watching them lead up it through their prime, going through all their matches that we were going to touch on, and then the broken stuff. Watching it again still makes me genuinely laugh like it's the first time I've seen it. Like,
he was nuts.
The shock that whole gimmick didn't go further because of WWE stopping it.
You mean
really
the Woken
sucks.
gimmick or the broken?
No, broken and then into Woken, but the broken gimmick itself in TNA, in Impact.
Wait, they showed that on the network?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but they show a lot of it. And, like, it's just, it's stupid, but it's so entertaining. It's
stupid is sometimes entertaining.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't want to think, and you want to be like, okay, this makes no sense, but who cares?
But just watching that.
You need the right people to do that, though.
Exactly. So, I mean, but it's a shame that it didn't get bigger because it could have been so much better. But, I mean, their comeback wasn't for that. Their comeback, they always wanted them as the Hardy Boyz.
Yeah.
They wanted that music. They wanted Team Extreme. They wanted everything about that. But
there was nothing extreme anymore.
They had a couple good matches when they made their return. I mean, they had some solid matches, but
you could see how aged they actually were.
And Jeff got hurt right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which gave Matt the opportunity to do the Woken gimmick.
They're like, what do you got? And he's like, well, what do I have? It'll be magnificent. And Vince is just like, I don't care.
And then
just do it.
Jeff had a couple issues with DUIs and stuff like that when they first came back as well.
Then they paired him with Bray.
Yeah. But I mean, and then just kind of whimpered out. Like, Jeff obviously still on the roster. Well, not on the roster anymore
No,
as of
released.
recently. But Matt been gone now with AEW. Like,
Jeff's going to AEW.
Of course he's going to AEW. And if he's as of clear mind and body like they're saying,
he just found the loophole that he's like, all right, I'm going to get fired. I've been doing this long enough that where I can fake this and they will let me go. And I will just deny treatment because I don't need it because I'm faking it. I don't think that's, I don't know.
It's a possibility. I mean, look, you hope it's not, but
who cares at this point?
I mean, for him, look, whatever makes him happy.
No, I'm just saying, who cares? I hope he did fake it.
Yeah, I hope he did fake it because if the other way, he really has a problem. So, yeah, I hope he did fake it, to be honest. So, in this episode about the Hardys, their top 5 matches, like you said.
Well, the essential matches. Essential matches that it might not, because I don't know if we've ever put together a true top 5.
Well, no, yeah.
We put together our top 5 that we think that.
Yes, are essential to what this wrestler or wrestlers are. So, I get 3. You have 2. So I get to start it off.
I really don't think this is going to be hard.
No, I don't think it's going to be hard either because there's so much and all those so good.
Not only that, but we know what their essentials are.
Yeah.
Us personally. I mean, someone else's might differ.
All right. So I'm going to start off WrestleMania 2000.
I think that's numero uno.
Yeah.
I think that's number 1. We could actually end it there because
it's just right there.
No, that might not actually been their best one.
No, I agree, but it's the originator. It wasn't a TLC match. This was the triangle ladder match.
This was the match that they said, all right, follow this. We're going to, they had nothing for them to do. Hence this match.
Yeah.
And they made something.
Yeah.
Like this was their own.
Yeah.
The TLC match, this was their own.
Yep. But this match, WrestleMania 2000, Edge and Christian, Dudleys and Hardys, was groundbreaking for things they could do with 3 different teams with the ladders. It was the innovator. It's one of the better ones.
You said WrestleMania 2000.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to think because there's a few.
Yeah.
And I might go back to back just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of which one. Actually, there might be more than 2. So I guess I don't know how they all don't make the list. So that might actually not even be their best one. That might be
I'm strictly doing it because that's where it was all broken. It's the innovator, exactly. It's the innovator of what was to follow and everything followed was that match.
No, that wasn't their best one. Then was WrestleMania X7.
So that's your next.
That will be the next pick.
Okay.
Again,
I had that on mine as well.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think they all make the list, and I think they all might have to make it just because. It's like the full, like, imagine if I were to say this to you, watch 3 TLC matches back to back to back. Do you think you could do it? Would you say it has to be Edge Christian Hardys? Edge Christian Hardys? Like those 3, watch them back to back to back. Could you do it? And not be bored? And not be
of course. Yeah. I don't think I would be bored.
No, like because each one of them was different. They did different shit each time.
Yes,
and it would kind of be like a full story. It would be the evolution of this match and all 3 of those teams.
So here's the thing with that is you have the original TLC, or you have what I just said as the first one.
Yes,
that's before it was even TLC.
Yeah.
Then you have actual TLC 1.
Yeah.
You just said TLC 2 for your pick.
Yes.
And TLC 2 was where they all had a third member. You had Spike Dudley come for the Dudleys. You had Rhino for Edge and Christian. You had Lita for the Hardys.
Yeah.
So, and you had all those contributing spots. I think it's the original ladder match, 2, and then 1 for as 1, 2, and 3. I think 2 is better than 1.
So I just said 2.
Yes. You picked
the
right one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
X7. But SummerSlam 2000, is that making the list?
That's TLC 1.
Yeah. Is that making the essential list? Or are you?
I'm not planning on it.
You're not putting it on there?
I'm not planning on it.
All right.
Unless you take one of the other ones I'm looking at.
So we only have 2 right now.
Yeah. We have the original ladder match, but that was all 3 of them.
Yeah,
and then we have
2000, we have X7.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that third one that is kind of dangling up there.
Yes.
All right.
So my pick, and I'm going to go with.
I was trying to force you into a pick.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm trying to use reverse psychology.
I'm going to go with the first ever tag team ladder match. Hardy Boyz versus Edge and Christian at No Mercy 99.
Interesting.
Because
that's a good pick.
This was also I don't know if you remember the gimmick where they had you'd win $100,000 and Terry Runnels be your manager. So that was that time frame. And again, another innovator, but another amazing match, really good feud. And I believe this was the 5th of the best of 5 series that they were running between these 2 teams. And like, what a payoff for that feud is that first ever tag team ladder match.
It's amazing that because it's not like they ran them every week.
No.
Mm-mm. They didn't run like Edge and Christian versus the Hardys, or even when the Dudleys came over. They didn't run that like every week. They made it like it was like a special occasion. Like they would run a storyline, but it's not like they would run the match. Like now I feel like the only way they know how to run a storyline is with continuous matches every week. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and I think there's only one team or a set of teams that they're doing that way with, and that's the Usos and New Day, where they'll have the feud and they'll have matches in that feud and then they'll go away, but then they bring it back and they'll, like, for instance, this past pay-per-view, day 1, like,
but even then they're not running the storyline. They're kind of just they have the backstory, so they don't run anything new. It's not like there's something new. It doesn't feel new. It just feels like, okay, you kind of know what you're going in for. You're not really going in for the feud, you're going in for the match. Where back then they ran the feud that invested you like, because you kind of knew, like, you were excited for the match no matter what. Mm-hmm. Well, you're also a kid, so kids actually get excited a lot easier, but they actually built the story leading up to whatever that match was. It always felt special when they
I get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. Like, it still feels special, but not in the same way, where like it was like this tag team was actually given time and this is going to mean something.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
It never really means anything. Like, nothing really means like what it did. So it's hard to say. Like, this could basically be Hardy Boyz, essential Hardy Boyz with the asterisks, featuring Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. Yeah. Like, that's basically what I think that's what that episode has to say. We can put their pictures really little in the background.
No, I agree. And that's the thing. If we turn around next week and decide to do the Dudleys,
it would be this. Except the ECW would probably trickle in a little bit. Now, I will say this. My next one isn't a WWE.
Okay.
My next one is probably, I'd say, one of our favorite tag team. I'm going to lump you in there with this. Okay. One of our favorite tag team matches.
I think I know where you're going.
Outside of WWE, and that's Supercard of Honor, Young Bucks, Hardys. Mm-hmm. And that match, that was like the Hardys that we wanted to see make it over to WWE. They just didn't have anyone that was going to do that with them. And this was like, okay, we're watching elderly Hardys face the young Hardys.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of like that. You could see the evolution of the Hardys through
the match,
through the other
competitors.
Yeah,
absolutely. No, yeah, I forget. I mean,
and not to mention, it was crazy. I mean, the ladder spots, the table spots to the outside. That match was absolutely insane.
They beat the hell out of each other.
They did. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the farewell for the Hardys.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that, what was it? Was it the next night or the night after that they made their debut, re-debut at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think it was 2 nights.
That's that weekend.
Yep. It was, I think it was 2 nights. I think they had wrestled on Friday. And, of course, Mania being on Sunday.
Yeah.
And because Saturday was when Hardy took the picture at the airport. It's like the famous picture, and it's him and Jeff and his wife and his father-in-law. And behind him, you see, like, airline numbers all behind him. And he put that tweet out making everyone think, all right, we're gone. And then that's when they went to Orlando and waited. But yeah, that was that exact weekend. So they had that match.
That was a significant weekend.
Yeah. They had a huge match on Friday and then win the tag titles and re-debut in WWE at Mania.
To an insane pop.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite pops that I've seen as an adult.
Period. Yes.
As an adult.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I can't compare it to past pops.
I didn't argue. I agree.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew what I meant. What I'm getting at. Because you answered as I was saying the last part.
Because I knew what you meant. I knew where you were going with it.
All right. I don't give you enough credit sometimes.
All right. So I have the responsibility of ending this then.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
does it become harder with this last pick?
It does.
Because I felt like mine were very easy. I feel like you gave me 2 easy ones that I like, because I had those two. I had those 2 as my top 2.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had a feeling you were going to take one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were going to go Edge and Christian versus the Hardys. That was a good surprise. I'm helping you stall right now.
Yeah, you are, but
I'm trying to pick up your slack. I'm trying to make general conversation.
All right, so I'm back and forth.
Do you want me to tell you about my new wrestler?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Right.
I'm just letting you know, like, I'm torn between TLC 1, like I said, because I kind of.
How does it not get on the list?
To your point, how does it not get on the list?
What are you going to put that's going to be better than that?
So, in everything being equal in this list,
everything being equal.
Yeah. Let's just follow me here. In everything being equal, because we have the of course TLC, we have them versus Edge and Christian. I kind of want to put them just against the Dudleys, and what a better way of doing that than the first ever tag team tables match against the Dudleys at Royal Rumble 2000.
It literally is. Edge and Christian,
exactly,
the Dudleys, and the Hardy Boyz.
Yes.
This is basically, if we didn't put in, or if I didn't put in the Bucks and I put in the original TLC,
exactly,
it literally would have just been that essential series.
Yes.
Would people have listened to that knowing that? Because,
well,
are they going to listen anyway? Because
they'll think, oh, I know exactly what they're going to pick. Then we picked a couple, actually 2 or 3 off of what normal people would probably put up.
But
there.
5 Hardys matches, I'd say 5 Hardys matches, you're going to get Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, and at least 3 of those.
Yeah, typically, absolutely. And the same, you could say same thing with Edge and Christian.
It's crazy.
The Dudleys, you're right, are different, but Edge and Christian and the Hardys, they're always going to be like that.
And I didn't follow them out, like their first outside of WWE run together, like the TNA days. I didn't follow them as much. Like I watched TNA, but the Hardy Boyz don't stick out in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
one or two things, like the Jeff Hardy pilled up thing with Sting.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I remember seeing then. Other than that, like I didn't watch TNA like that at all.
I watched it. It's just that, I mean, besides like the Aces and Eights,
exactly. That was another thing I watched it for.
Like the what the hell is the Mafia? The
main event
Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Booker T. Just Booker T in general. TNA.
Yeah.
He was fucking insane.
I loved Sting in TNA. I liked I know a lot of people give shit to like the Joker Sting.
No, I didn't think that was terrible. I
like
think
Joker
it was terrible.
Sting.
It was relevant to what was popular.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't think the Hardys really stick out when you think of TNA until that second run, until Broken
But
Man,
you don't
Brother
think
Nero.
of matches in that run.
No.
You think of just the whole broken universe.
Yes.
Well, you don't really think of matches besides the 1 or 2 Jeff Matt matches that didn't even happen in the damn ring.
The Ultimate Deletion.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it's basically WWE heavy.
Yeah, of course.
It's got to be. That was like their prime.
Yeah, and because they had so many drug and alcohol issues throughout their time in TNA, that's why it diminishes TNA even more. You know what I mean? That run even more, I should say.
Kind of trying to get right.
exactly
throughout their TNA.
And then once they finally did, it was at the end when they did the broken stuff, and then right to WWE.
Yeah.
So that TNA run, unfortunately, was hindered by them trying to grow and be better. But still, all in all, that, like you said,
when you look back on the Hardys, you think Edge and Christian, Dudleys.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be number one.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're saying
what else
tag
are you
team.
think about? You think before they were the actual Hardy Boys? Oh, I do think of Doc Hendricks in the fucking the tight ass Hardy
Red.
Boy.
Yeah. Red looked like a spandex shirt. It was just sucked to him.
They were really good during that time, though. During that whole thing, during that whole run with him, they were really good.
Yeah, well, didn't they have...
That was like their heel run.
Didn't they have, like, Brood music, too, at one point?
That was when they were with Gangrel.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Gangrel took over the
right.
Hardy Boys.
That's right.
And they were basically...
The new Brood or something.
Yeah. I don't know if they were Brood 2.0. Maybe they were Brood 2.0.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but...
There are some interesting times. They're just interesting times altogether. Well, I wish some of that shit that got over back then would get over now. Like, I wish it would.
You never could. You never, ever could get away with it.
You can't get a vampire to be over and his two minions?
No, yeah, you can because it's nostalgia. You can't get a new one over. Like, you can get Gangrel over, of course, because he's Gangrel. Because, look, Mordecai is selling tickets to be at the meet and greets at Icon.
Is he really selling
Kevin
tickets?
Thorne, yeah. Yeah, I saw him down there when I was
How
down
many tickets did he sell?
Dude, I saw a line of people.
Really?
I swear
For
to God.
Mordecai?
I swear to God. I'm
What?
not making this up. And I got there probably
Were you
30,
well, who was he with?
minutes in.
Was he standing next to someone? Were they really trying to get to who was behind him?
Yeah, because the lines went just from where they were standing
Mordecai.
direct back. Yes, it was.
Was he the only person there?
It was JBL. It was Mordecai. It was a couple of the knockouts were at that table.
The TNA knockouts?
Yeah.
Oh, so they took over Mordecai's spot. They weren't there to see Mordecai.
Okay. I'm just telling you, there were people waiting in his line. That's all I'm saying.
All got to be friends and family. He's got to have a big family at that point.
I don't know.
But did the family really want a picture with Mordecai? Your Mordecai's like second cousin. You really want a picture with him?
Anyway, no, it could not get over today in a brand new gimmick. No.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, what could get over? I got it. Heel gimmick.
Okay. Is this what you wanted to distract me with?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. You have to get it out, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, it's a heel, and all he does is brag about how he can back into a parking spot. That's it.
So it's George Costanza?
Yeah.
Is that what is basically your...
He just brags about how good he is. Because no one likes someone who backs into a spot. Let's be real. I know you try and back into spots. You're terrible. Terrible person.
I don't try and back into spots. What do you mean?
I know. You back in the spots. Whatever.
Yeah, if I have to. Why? Wait.
Backup parking is the worst. Someone who could easily turn in forward besides they want to drive past
I get what you're saying.
And then try and back in.
Okay. I was totally
like in a
thrown off
parking
for
lot.
a second. Yeah, I was totally thrown off for a second. I'm like,
not parallel parking.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm
you
like,
have to
who
back
the fuck
in.
doesn't parallel park?
You have to, unless there's two car spaces where you can pull in and you got someone riding your ass. That's a different story. No, I'm talking about parking lot people who decide to go past it and then try and back in.
We were in completely different.
Yeah, I know. I had to bring it back to earth.
I appreciate that.
That's the heel gimmick. Someone who just brags about that. About pulling past the parking spot.
I don't think that's gonna.
You don't think that would get over?
I don't think it is.
It'll get over in an indie crowd setting. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well,
I don't know. You put the right person on the mic, and all they do is talk. They got over a fucking catchphrase that was literally called "Send Hook." That's over. Send Hook is over.
So this guy needs to debut on AEW, is what you're telling me.
Well, no one can debut in fucking WWE. You can't debut in WWE. You're going to be fucking
that's what I'm saying.
beat up by fucking.
They have to work at AEW because they'll just
the
be over.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is everyone over in AEW?
Well, when your top heel is always being cheered and loved, everyone is over in AEW. People don't.
Who's the top heel?
MJF. People don't hate MJF. They like to hate MJF. They see MJF. They see MJF.
I mean, you're not
coming.
going to get anyone fucking to get real heat anymore. All right, go ahead.
So American top team. Now, and of course is
Lambert.
Thank you, Lambert. He is the number one heel because people actually boo that they don't want to hear him speak. That's the heel. That's Roman Reigns after he won at Mania on Monday Night Raw with a crowd of 17,000 booing him, and he came and pulled up the mic. Heat. That's what Lambert does. Lambert is way more of a heel than MJF is.
Yeah, but are people buying a ticket to watch him?
No, because he's not. And that's the problem. That a guy like that is the best guy you have on the mic as a heel when he's barely even a roster member. He don't even wrestle a match.
No.
But that's all.
So how do you get that as someone who is an actual wrestler that you want to pay to see get beat up? I think people pay to see MJF get beat up. I don't think they root for him to win.
I don't think they root for him to win either. But I don't feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there is a lot of it.
I don't think this pairing with CM Punk is doing what they thought it was going to be doing. I think their initial promo was very, very good.
Oh, it was great.
But great. I think they're not giving it any time to breathe. I don't think that they should be coming out every week. Honestly, I think you need a little bit more time in between to lead up to this.
And we spoke about that with Isaac. We talked to him in our show with him about featuring other people.
Yeah, I mean,
like you don't have to feature someone for
not only
7,
that, but
8 straight
you
weeks.
can intertwine and develop other storylines, but you're just hammering away at certain storylines, and I think they need more time to breathe.
Yeah,
I think the payoffs are usually pretty good, but I think with more time and drag them out a little bit longer, I think they'd be even better.
Yeah, no, especially
someone like CM Punk and MJF, like you can run that feud a little bit more.
Yeah,
you can run that longer. You can make that a slow. Like I feel like they're putting a pedal on it too fast. I think COVID might have a little bit to do with that because they don't know what's going to shut down and what's not. Let's face it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to shut down, but mandates might get a little bit stricter and they might cut back on people in attendance.
Yeah,
that's always a possibility. Of course, but. I mean, they might be ramping things up to try and get as much in as possible before pay-per-views, which, I mean, you can't blame them in that sense. But perfect world, which we won't see for quite some time, perfect world, I would let the majority of what they have going on, like the whole Kyle O'Reilly comes in with Adam Cole, let that breathe. Because that's taken over from you really got to think that one out because they're picking up right where NXT left off.
Yeah.
So they're
already feeding into the Kyle and Cole
how they
storyline.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that one I would let breathe. And not only that actually does more for Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And gets him built into AEW instead of just getting thrown in and then zoom.
Yeah.
Like that would work a lot for a lot of people. Not to mention you got such an overload of talent right now. I mean, you have a full women's division that you're really, I mean, thank God for the tournament because without the tournament, they were really running on 1 to 2 matches weekly, maybe 3 on TV.
Mm-hmm. Now the tournament, and not only that tournament has gotten me more invested in that women's division because
is it weird? I kind of want Jade to win.
You want Jade to win, really?
I kind of want Jade to win. I feel like the other way is too predictable, and I think that they're building Jade correctly. And to like look at her, she's what we were talking about yesterday with like when you have that genetic freak that looks like they can beat up everybody else, let them do it. When the time's right and you build it, like right now she's on a 22-0, 23-0 streak.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that going for a little while until you find the right time and the right opponent. Like right now in a tournament setting, that's not the right time. Let her win the tournament and then build the story down the road. Of who, like because you never know who you're gonna get. Like you never know who's gonna walk through those doors and be like that perfect matchup for her.
Yeah, especially when you have
how or why people don't pay us to do this.
When you have someone like Camille in NWA, who is
she just ran through the roster.
You talk about that ultimate match. Those two women, man, that right there is money. So she comes over to AEW. I would love to see Camille versus Jade.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be a better one-off. Unless she comes over for a while.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If she decides to
I like
leave
that they're doing
NWA.
I hope that they stick with this faction with Mercedes Martinez. And I hope that because I know they're faction heavy, but who else do you have? I mean, they have the Britt Baker faction, but they need to get more women factions. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, more exposure, more people on TV.
Yeah, that's why they're doing all these factions, because they have to.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone has to be in a group.
Yeah, it's smart. It makes sense.
Why do you think everyone joined the NWO? They wanted to be on TV.
Exactly. Yep. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you will then now look at what the Hardys have done for the business and watch all these amazing matches again. If you haven't seen them, definitely have to watch them.
I mean, there's only one or two that could be interchangeable with our list.
Yeah.
I don't accept any more. So if you have anything other than what we said, I disagree.
Yeah, I mean, TLC 1 definitely belonged, but I just wanted to shake it up.
There was also the other ROH match where it was the Hardys, the Bucks, and Roppongi Vice. That almost made it too.
I completely forgot about that.
But remember that fucking crazy match too? That was around the same time period, I believe.
Man, that completely left my mind.
15th anniversary show for ROH.
Okay.
I remember we watched that. We watched that on TV.
Yeah,
we rented. Did we rent that? I think we rented it. I think we rented it when they were having those streaming issues.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we first started watching? Oh god, that was brutal. No matter what, whenever someone changes to a different streaming service, it's always like shit.
Yeah.
I hate Peacock.
I haven't had a problem with it.
I just hate navigating Peacock.
Oh, I agree.
It's so annoying. I feel like all the content that they had on the network, I feel like I can't find it now on Peacock.
Well, remember, they took some stuff away.
Either way, everything was right there, nicely laid out. Everything was, I want to go watch a WCW pay-per-view. I can go watch a WCW pay-per-view, just go over to pay-per-views. Or the promotion.
The interface was definitely easier. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Oh. Well,
or
again.
Keep it stupid, simple.
Either way.
It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you're already
Thanks for watching.
late.